My name is Tony Palm Sr. Telling you, the audience, I have a son named after me. My wife and I had 5 children, and I was in the United States Navy during the Korea conflict. I was on board a destroyer, and while on board the destroyer in a battle zone, we lost 6 of my good buddies. The closest one was my good friend Dale. Dale, I had to carry him to the sick bay, but sometimes I get choked up when I think about that. After I got out of the Navy, I decided to find some employment, and I became a police officer in 1962. I went to the State Police Academy in Hershey to become a police officer, although I was a municipal policeman, not a state policeman. From there, I got a job in the Richland Township's police department, and have spent 35 years there as a policeman.
Hello, Tony. Was anybody on your police force racist toward African Americans during this time period?
I have to answer that with a no. There was only one man who in reality did show some racial tendencies, that he was, but he never showed it in public or against African Americans, and I called it to his attention. I was a captain of police, so I had the authority to let him know what was right or wrong, but he never displayed that, other than that once or twice when I found out that he was that way, that I corrected him. Other than that, no, we didn't have any discrimination.
Did you experience violence pointed towards you because of society's anti-violence views?
No, I never did. I never experienced any kind of violence towards me or the police department. Most everyone back then had respect for police. Mm-hmm. They really had respect for police. So no, I didn't. I never did. The only time you would ever have any, whenever you would see a group that were just young people, excuse the expression, young people, but they were trying to make themselves hurt, and they would be out of hand. But no, other than that, no.
During the 1960s, did you need to use excessive violence because of the civil rights movement? Following up on the last question?
No, I really don't recall ever meeting, experiencing any kind of violence. And I have to tell you that the municipality that I worked for, we only had like 15,000 population, and of that there was only one Afro-American family in that whole thing. So we didn't have any demonstrations that would bring that to light.
In the mid-1960s, there were deadly riots throughout America. How much did this affect your daily duties as a police officer? Did you usually carry on life as usual, or did...
Actually, in reality, Jonathan, I got to tell you, life was pretty much the same. As I said, we raised 5 children, and between my wife and family, 5 children, I don't recall too many people even mention the word Vietnam. Or if you ask them about it, I don't think they would know anything about it. So no, it's pretty much calm, cool, and collected as usual.
Were you a supporter of the Vietnam War as a police officer, or did your opinions sway throughout the entirety of the Vietnam War?
That's a tough one. Only because I was not in favor of Vietnam. I was not in favor of Korea. But I went to Korea and carried my dead buddy to sick bay. But I just dreaded the thoughts of anybody else having to suffer. The reason that I was so opposed to Vietnam was here these people, they needed support, but they didn't need our young men and women to go there and fight. And we needed to support them, and I can understand that. But I don't think we should do it with our bodies.
Did you notice any tension at home as the war progressed?
Did I know?
Did you notice any tension at home?
Oh, no. I don't recall tensions improving or. As a matter of fact, I don't remember too much about anything when the war stopped. I don't even know if it's still going on. It could be Vietnam just didn't have, in my opinion, Vietnam didn't have the same shell shock effect as Korea did, because everybody knew about Korea. Although Korea wasn't that long. It's 1950, I think it started, and it ended in 1954. Those are the 4 years that I spent in the Navy. One guy told me, you started the whole thing, because I went in 1950. But no, basically that's the way I recall it.
What is your opinion on hippies? Did you think they were cowards for avoiding the reality of life?
Well, I think the hippies, now I'm not putting all young people in that same bag of tricks, but I think the hippies in that culture, they're a bunch of sick individuals who are looking for nothing more than handouts that they can get from the government any way that they can, and get high on any kind of drug or what have you, and they don't care about anything except themselves. They got to have the housing, the free gifts, and it's a sad state of affairs whenever they burn their draft cards, burn their bras, and go to different countries. Mm-hmm. These people, let them go to another country.
Do you think people destroying their draft cards, did this affect the rest of America?
I don't think it did, because I saw so many people stand up for the right to have it and use it and corral it. No, I don't think it had it amounted to a row of beans. And people, when people would see them burn their draft cards or that used to bother a lot of people. Here's Joe Blow. He's going up to Canada. He don't want to be around here. Well, he can go to Timbuktu as far as I'm concerned. So other than that, yeah.
Do you think Vietnam was worth the conflict it caused at home and the loss of American lives?
Vietnam, in my opinion, was not worth one life. I'm sorry, I just don't think it was worth one life. If I would have had any way to change it or do it, we wouldn't have sent any over there. We'd have stopped it before it began. Send them ammunition, send them bullets, send them guns, send them tanks, anything would help them out. Yeah, they're allies and they need to be helped, but they don't need to be helped with our bodies. That be the United States.
Thank you for doing this interview.
Oh, you're more than welcome. Yes. I hope it helped.
Mm-hmm.